Of all of the people in the late Queen Elizabeth's inner circle, perhaps none were as close to her as her younger sister, Princess Margaret. The two princesses grew up together and found themselves thrust in the public eye in 1936 when their uncle, Edward VIII, abdicated, making their father the King of England and Elizabeth the heir presumptive to the throne. Hello and welcome to Royal Scandal. Please do well to like, subscribe, comment, and turn on the notification bell so as not to miss out on any news updates. Born on August 21, 1930, Princess Margaret was known for her headstrong demeanor, which led to scandalous relationships and a reputation as something of a royal rebel and party girl. However, as the Telegraph once wrote, for all her brash insouciance and imperious tendencies, Margaret was insecure, her hauteur compensation for her feelings of inadequacy. The princess also shared a close bond with her sister. Despite being the royal spare to the throne, she was terribly loyal to the Queen, and being 5 years younger, I think it would have been much more difficult if she had been just a little younger than the Queen. Margaret's friend, Lady Anne Glenconner, told People, there would have been more rivalry. She never said anything. The close bond between the two sisters lasted until Princess Margaret's tragic death in 2002. Number 1. She died in her sleep. Princess Margaret's death on February 9, 2002, was announced by Queen Elizabeth II's press secretary in a statement that began, "The Queen, with great sadness, has asked for the following announcement to be made immediately." The announcement stated that Margaret died at 6:30 a.m., noting that she went peacefully in her sleep. She was 71 years old. Princess Margaret was hospitalized at the King Edward VII Hospital at the time of her death, having been brought there a few hours earlier due to a stroke she had the previous day. The stroke then led to heart problems, the statement explained. Number 2. She had been in poor health for a while. In the years leading up to her death, Princess Margaret was in poor health. Her obituary in The Guardian said she'd had pneumonia in 1993, while her first stroke in 1998 led to a slight speech impediment. The following year, she sustained severe burns on her feet in what the royal family's official website described as a bathroom accident. The incident left her severely injured and made walking difficult. According to biography, she made few public appearances after that, and, when she did, she was seen in a wheelchair. Princess Margaret also reportedly experienced depression in the 1970s, with The Guardian saying that she sought psychiatric treatment for it. While there were reports that she had another bout with depression at the turn of the millennium, this was denied by official royal sources. It should be noted, though, that the royal family was reticent about mental health issues at that time. Royal biographer Andrew Morton said that they offered her little support for her mental health. Number 3. She helped plan her own memorial service. While Princess Margaret had a private funeral, a public memorial service was held for everyone else who wanted to mourn her death. I think she wanted her family and her friends at her funeral, her friend, Lady Anne Glenconner, told the Scotsman ahead of the service. Obviously, later on there will be a memorial service when her charities will be represented, but for her actual funeral she wanted it to be as private as possible. Number 4. The royal family suffered back-to-back tragedies. Princess Margaret's death was already a huge blow to the royal family, but her death was soon followed by another loss for the royals. Princess Margaret and Queen Elizabeth II's mother, also named Elizabeth, died the following month, on March 30, 2002. The back-to-back tragedies marked a difficult time for the royal family, especially as Princess Margaret's memorial service was held just 10 days after her mother was laid to rest, per CBC. Number 4. Queen Elizabeth lost her composure at her sister's funeral. The British royal family is known for keeping a stiff upper lip, no matter how tough things get. Princess Margaret and her sister were quite close, though, and her death devastated the monarch. She expressed her heartbreak stoically in the public announcement of Margaret's death, which mentioned her great sadness, but her actions at the private funeral held for Princess Margaret showed just how distraught she really was over losing her sister. I think it was the only time anyone ever saw the Queen show her emotions in public, wrote Reynaldo Herrera, a friend of the royal family, in Vanity Fair. Never explaining anything to the world what she feels, or why she does what she does is part of her greatness. But for a few minutes that day, as she stood by the steps of St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle, watching her sister's coffin being borne away, her eyes betrayed her. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe.